Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining on the web. Hey, fitness freak Fatana, how are you? Thanks for joining. Thanks, Jamie Gilpy. Welcome and welcome to those on the replay. Thanks, Fit Baker Mom, Soup Live, everybody joining in. Appreciate it. I am Lakeisha Riddick. Yes, you get to watch me live. Lakeisha Riddick. Thanks so much, Sharon, Judy, and everybody else for joining in. Blogger, online talk radio show host of Share My World Show. You can find me on all social media, Facebook, Instagram. Thanks for inviting followers. Yes, if you like to invite followers on Android, you can swipe up. On Apple devices, you can swipe to the right and invite followers. Thanks, C. Nicole, for joining. Hey, from California. All right, I'm in Atlanta, Georgia area. So thanks for joining. And thanks for joining me live, Sharon, Judy. So I scope about my faith weight loss journey, and I say it's a faith weight loss journey because it's a bad connection. Okay. Anybody else having a bad connection? Because I see myself okay. Let me know. Wheelchair man. Okay, Fit Baker Mom, you can go check out that and come on back in. Okay. Sharon Judy says you're good. Wheelchair man says I'm good. Okay. Well, maybe you could pop off and come back in. And hopefully the connection will be better. So I was saying that I scope about my faith weight loss journey, and I call it faith weight loss journey because it's not just about the pounds. Hey, Perry guys, supporting Perry girls. Okay, great, wonderful. And it's not just about the pounds, it's me releasing the weights. For me, it's been fear, rejection, lack of faith, low self-esteem. Those things have been holding me down, holding me back from being able to live a free life, because that's my thing. Thank you so much, fitness freak Fatana. Follow her. She has some good tips too. She does some good exercises with the Beachbody products. So tonight, I wanted to talk about yes, thanks for the love, right? If not you, thanks JG Witkowski for joining. Then who? If not now, then when? Anybody else heard that phrase? You know, usually that's a phrase, hey, Wife Talk 07, that's used to kind of motivate people. Well, if you've been following me, and again, you can follow me on YouTube as well. My blog is on sharemyworldshow.com, and I have a YouTube channel, Share My World Show, with I upload all of my Periscopes to it. So you can check out the one I did yesterday. Well, I was talking about being in a rough place, you know, I'm at day 134 on this fitness journey. God has blessed me to keep moving, but just feeling a little out of sorts. And I finally figured out what it was. This is why I say it's very important that the first thing that you do in the morning is you do some kind of meditation, affirmations, declarations, positive things before you even get out of the bed. Sometimes, you know, we want to get on our phones and check Facebook, email, those kind of things, then watch the news. But those things, you know, can really be negative things within our spirit, right? Thank you so much for the hearts. I appreciate it. Yep, that's what I want to scope about this morning. Amen. So true. Yes, so for me, my routine is I have scriptures that I personalize, that I declare. I have a couple of videos now that I watch that are motivational. One is about dreams, and another one I just added to my routine. And I do the same thing at night. So the first thing in the morning is I have these things, you know, to meditate on and affirm. And then the very last thing before I go to bed, I do the same thing. So last night I added a video. And if you've been following me, by Radical Transformation scope I referenced, thank you so much for the hearts, I referenced a song called God, thank you, Fatana. I referenced a song called God Makes Beautiful Things, and it was a cover done by a friend of mine named Sequoia Birch. You can find the video, and there was a liturgical dance to it it's on godartsociety.com, and it's Beautiful Things. And let me tell you something, that song really ministered to my heart. So when you're going through different things, sometimes you don't even know what you're dealing with. Yes, you can tap the hearts. Yes, you are. You can tap the little man if you're right there to engage. So let me know that you're liking the content, that you're still here. I do appreciate it. So, you know, I was just like, your spirit really I guess, is in tune with the music. And I tell you guys about theme music all the time, finding something to uplift you, something to motivate you, something to just keep you in good spirits. So as I listened to the song, it made me very emotional. And I found myself laying there crying. And I'm like, well, okay, why am I crying right before I go to bed? But as I'm listening to the song, the lyrics say, all this pain, I wonder if I'll ever find my way. I wonder if my life would really change at all. And that was it. That was it. That resonated so deep within me that even though my conscious, realm was trying to be like, I don't know what's going on. What's going on? What's going on? My subconscious resonated with the spirit that God was trying to show me what was going on. And what it was that I was afraid that the feelings that I was having about, my emotions, I get my emotions under check, not being able to manage the food properly, not wanting to exercise, even at day 133, today day 134. Thank you so much for the hearts. It was that I wonder if my life could really change at all. And my birthday is coming up on Saturday. And so again, my subconscious was resonating with that because it's like, here you go. You're going to be 43 years old. You're 100. This is the enemy now. You see, this is the enemy, giving me these thoughts in my head, trying to plant these thoughts. And I was taking the bait, not realizing it. The fact that he was trying to make me feel that I was not going to change. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you for the hearts. I do appreciate it. And I tell you, man, I just laid there and I was just crying. And then God was telling me, if not you, then who? Who is going to deliver this message that I've given you? I gave it to you. You are the unique person. You have the unique calling. And who's going to tell the story? Nobody can tell your story better than you can. So I was like, okay, God. Then it was, if not now, then when? Meaning, if you don't tell the story now, when are you going to tell it? Are you going to wait until, to the end, until you arrive, and you get the weight loss and everything? No, I told you to tell the story now because people need to hear your story now to encourage them. Well, number one, for you to encourage yourself, but number two, for them to be encouraged. Thanks, Raison Daily, for joining so that you can be encouraged and they can be encouraged as they walk through. Because sometimes, we're going through things and people think, man, I'm the only one dealing with this, or I'm the only one having these thoughts. Well, I come to tell you that I have thoughts that are not good and I have to reprogram myself daily. I talk about that as well. But with that song, it resonated so deeply. And thank you for the hearts. I appreciate it. It resonated so deeply that I was crying because I felt that my life, maybe it couldn't change. And then that's what happens when people become discouraged and they're in such a despair because they become hopeless. See, fear is a dastardly thing. It doesn't just, hey, Katrina, thanks for joining. Fear is a dastardly thing. It's not just about the boogeyman or, oh, you're so afraid to do this or whatever. Fear comes in to rob you. How you doing today? It comes to rob you of your future, to rob you of your dreams. So for me, the fear was, my life, could my life really change at all? If I was still feeling these things, almost 4 months later after I had started this journey, my birthday is coming up. You can't stay, you're at rehearsal, but you'll catch the replay. Thanks so much, Katrina, for checking in. I do appreciate you. Yes, check the replay out and to see what I'm talking about here. It's some good stuff that God has given me that I wanted to share. And I just said, this is not good. This is not good that I'm feeling this way. But again, God was faithful to minister to me through the song. God makes beautiful things. And then in the song, one of the chorus says, he's making me new. And that's all I needed to hear. So that's my thing. And that's my encouragement to you is that if not you, then who? Who is going to tell your story? Nobody can tell your story the way that you can. Nobody can. No, first of all, it's not their story. They can tell it, meaning retell it, but you tell it in terms of having the connections that you need to have with the people that you need to connect with. Hey, Deborah, how are you? Thanks for joining. And then if not now, then when? My mom says wait. If we wait, right? Oh, I'm waiting for the right time. Wait, she says, wait broke the bridge down. That's that pun, right? Wait as in W-A-I-T and W-E-I-G-H-T. So don't wait. Start now. And it is you. Jeremiah 29:11. Thanks so much for the heart. It says, for I know the plans that I have for you, right? Plans for, excuse me, a hope in a future. Meaning that he knew before the foundation of the earth that he was going to give us his story and that we were going to go this way. So instead of saying, why me? Why is it taking so long? Why do I have to go through this? This is something I tell my kids as well. And I guess this is my own lesson, right? My kids would say, well, that they would do something and then they would get in trouble and nobody else would get in trouble. Say, for example, they were chewing gum at church or something. And then, other people were chewing gum, but they would be the ones that get singled out, right? And I would say, do you see what happened? You're special. I would say you're a Riddick. Riddicks don't do that, right? I said, but other people may be able to do things and get away with it, but you can't. So that's your guideline. That's your, mantra to be like, don't do the wrong thing. If you know what I'm saying? Don't think that, I'm going to get away with it just like other people. So that was, again, confirmation for me as well. God saying, why not you? Okay, I've given you this purpose to connect with people. Thank you so much for the hearts, to share your life with them, to share your world with them, to share your journey so they can understand that this is not an easy road in terms of transformation, right? Thank you, Norma Jean Iris, for joining. Lakeisha Riddick here, blogger, online talk radio show host, blogging about my faith weight loss journey. You can check out the replay because I'm going to be ending shortly. Thanks, Mimi Bliss Ross. Thank you guys so much for joining in. I do appreciate it, and thanks for the hearts. So I'm going to be ending shortly, so please, please, please go check out the replay so you can hear all that I shared in the beginning. And if you like the content, share it out with your followers. I do appreciate it. So what I wanted to end with is, again, encouraging you to... Hey, Marche, thanks for joining back in. Appreciate some of these repeat followers that are watching me, tuning in as I get to know you. And that's the thing, again, for me, that as God has given me this purpose to share my story with you, as real and as transparent as it is, the ups and downs, the ins and the outs, that somehow, some way it resonates with you to encourage you on your journey. Because the goal for me is freedom. My transformation, like I talked about last night, permanent transformation. That's my process, that when I become the butterfly, all I'm doing is just flying and then reproducing. That's what I'm doing because I'm free. I'm free to do what God has called me to do. So just resonate on that again. If not you, then who? Don't let anybody else come in and think that to discourage you, or even you to discourage yourself. You can tell your story. And it doesn't have to be, a certain way. And this, hey, Vinny Zone, thanks for joining in. I'm getting ready to end. And then if not now, then when? Because, the weight broke the bridge down. So start now. Start telling your story. Don't wait until you arrive. I always say we connect with people the most as we're on the way. I may be a few steps here and you may be a few steps here, but guess what? We're all journeying the same way to obtain the freedom that God has created for us. So just think about those things and follow me as I follow Christ on this journey. Again, it's going to be ups, downs, ins and outs, but I'm here to just share. You can read my blog. Yes, people are drawn to what's real. Well, check out my blog. Again, I've been blogging since day one of this journey. You can see the ups and downs, the ins and the outs. And again, it's just a way of encouraging people because, people want, like you said, people want the real, keeping it 100. Thanks, Sharon, for joining back in. But you know what? People also want to know that, thank you so much, Fatana. Thank you so much. That people want to know that the feelings that they're having are okay. And that they're going to make it as well. So that's my biggest thing to you tonight, is that the fear tried to come back in, but God was faithful to be able to show me what it really was and to, again, encourage me to tell my story. So thank you so much for joining. I do appreciate it. Continue to follow me on all social media, Share My World Show. And thank you for sharing my world. Now go and share your world with others. Be blessed.